What up, what up? It's Killa B here to talk about the serial killer Bob Berdella. Kind of a scary topic, so I'm trying to keep it light. Let's move on. So his biographical background: he was born on January 31st, 1949 in Cuyahoga Falls, that's in Ohio. I forgot to type that out, but I know it. He was not actually openly homosexual until the age of about 20 or 30, but the common argument these days is that it's biological, so I figured I should put it in the biographical background. He died October 8th, 1992, at age 43 in prison of a heart attack. He claimed that his doctors in prison quit giving him his medication, and that caused his downfall and death. And growing up, he went to a Catholic church. He was a good student. His father worked for Ford, and he had a young brother named Daniel, who was born when he was at age 7. He was also a community man once he started to grow older. He was part of the neighborhood watch. He owned a store. He also owned a little shop in Westport Flea Market, which is my favorite place to get a burger. So I'm going to be creeped out every time I eat a burger there because Mr. Raper worked there. It's pretty creepy. And he was a member of the local crime prevention, which is extremely, what's the word? Ironic. That's the word I was looking for. He was also part of the local chefs association. He was educated at the KC Art Institute, and he wanted to be a professor, but he wasn't ever, I guess, selected to be so. And then he ended up pursuing his career as a chef. He got kicked out for killing a dog, and he claimed that it was out of artistic inspiration. The way he probably got so crazy, or in my eyes, in the eyes of a lot of websites, at 16 years old, his father died. He was only 39 years old, and his mother remarried. He hated his stepdad, and he was always angry, and he was just a child full of angst at that point. That year, he was also sexually assaulted or raped by a male co-worker. The details on that are unclear. Everybody has a different view. The way you knew he was kind of a whack job before he started killing everybody was that he was torturing animals at age 18. He had alcohol abuse problems. He was selling drugs, and he got busted with LSD and marijuana. And later on, he would also kill his subjects with cocaine, heroin, and other animal tranquilizers and drugs of the sort. And they also happened to be male prostitutes, which he befriended at these younger ages. His targets were the homosexual prostitutes, because he was homosexual and he liked to have them around. He was white, and they were usually from ages 8 to 21. And his trigger was supposedly when a young man named Pearson made a comment about rolling over queers in Wichita, which drove him crazy because he thought he was in love. And that got that from a book called My Life Among the Serial Killers by Dr. Helen Morrison on Google Books. The description of his crimes was along the lines of binding, torturing, and raping. He drug overdosed and poisoned them, and the police never found the bodies except for the skulls that he kept. In his journals and logs that he kept, he wrote that he would hang them upside down or in a bathtub and create slits in their bodies so that the blood would drain out. His criminal location was in Kansas City, Missouri, in his home. Dirty old man. And the way he was brought down was by a male prostitute named Chris Bryson, who was being tortured. And one day, while buddy boy Bob Berdella was at work, Chris escaped, ran to the neighbors in a dog collar and something else after jumping out of a second-story window, and he told the neighbors and the police, and he was the one who lived. So I kind of made a little messed up reference to Harry Potter, as he was the one who lived Voldemort. Quite the metaphor. His trial was first marked down as 7 counts of sodomy, 1 count of felonious restraint, and 1 count of assault. Later on, the police found out that he murdered the rest of the people, and to keep himself from dying in the death penalty, he pleaded guilty to all these and bargain deals to stay alive. The police found the logs, photos, and skulls of these other criminals in his house, and he kept very detailed logs and a lot of pictures. He ended up living his life out in Jefferson City. He started a $50,000 trust fund for the victims' families, which is kind of a odd thing to do once you kill them. And the mother of the victim, Stoops, fought him in a civil case of wrongful death and ended up winning a record $5 billion, which he obviously did not have, so she ran him dry of every penny and every dollar that he may earn in his lifetime. A year later, he died of a heart attack in the hospital, again because apparently the doctors weren't giving the correct medicine, which may or may not be understandable. And here's my sources. Have an excellent day, and remember, Killa killed the project.